Hey Capricorn, Moonchild Divinity 624, coming back at you with a January 2018 general reading. So I'm just going to get into it because my phone will only allow me to record so much and I want to get the message across. So, and this is for January, but we all know that it could take place now going into January or the past, around this time frame, let's say. So you had the Five of Swords pop out for you. And I'm using the Morgan Greer deck. Given to me by a close friend. It was her mom's, who is in the spirit world now for the past, I'd say 16 years. So it's a very special deck for me. It holds a lot of juju. Something tells me to cut the cards and stop shuffling. So, General Capricorn, let's go. Okay. Wow. At the bottom you have the Empress, and I'll just say this. You guys are very strong. Very, very strong. I feel like you're going through a lot of tough times right now. I say that because, and I don't like to put any, negativity or positivity on the cards. We all know every card in the tarot deck means something, and it's for a purpose, and it's not necessarily negative or positive. But with this reading, I feel very, very down, and I say that because in the middle, so you had the Five of Swords pop out. In the middle, you have the Eight of Swords, the Emperor. Okay, so you have two major arcanas going on here. Actually, the Emperor and the Empress. Okay, I'm going to put that together because I feel like they should be together. And I hate to go right into like a love situation, but I feel like this is probably some kind of marriage that isn't going so well right now. Down the bottom, you have the Five of Cups, Ten of Wands, and then the Three of Pentacles. I feel like with a lot of people watching this reading, some kind of marriage has a lot of turbulence going on. I feel like you guys have had a set up foundation for a while, and some of you feel stuck in it, and you're not necessarily happy anymore, and you want to walk the other way, but it's very hard for you to do that. I'm going to start clarifying, and I'm going to actually stick with this deck. I'm going to clarify in both the Empress and the Emperor. I want to see who they are and what they represent. You have Temperance, the Chariot, and the High Priestess. Wow. I shuffle these cards and I clear them after every single reading that I do for every single sign. You guys, holy moly. So not only did you have the Empress and the Emperor together, okay? You have Temperance, the Chariot, the High Priestess, and then at the bottom, the Lovers. Wow. 4 major arcanas in a row. And like I said, I shuffle very, very well and clear my cards after every single reading. This is intense stuff. Some of you, maybe the husband stepped outside the marriage and you're just starting to find out about it. Or it could have been the wife. I feel like that for some reason. I feel like either that or, and I'm sorry that it's so negative. I just read from my intuition. I feel like it's probably the woman most likely than anything feels very, very stuck in this situation because she wants to leave. But some of you might have children and you don't feel like you can leave. But I won't sit here and tell anyone what to do, but you're never stuck. You're never stuck. We all know this card means that the Eight of Swords, she's surrounded by swords and she's blindfolded. She's held up. She feels like she's completely helpless, but she has no clue that she can just walk right out from those swords. She's never stuck. I'm going to clarify on her, and I'm actually this time going to use my Rider-Waite on it. Also shuffle these every single deck I use after every single reading I shuffle. I'm sorry that this message is so difficult, but I feel like you guys need to cheese. Hanged Man, Eight of Cups, Ace of Wands, and then the Seven of Swords at the bottom. Definitely some kind of, I feel like in this reading, there was an infidelity in a marriage and you're finding out about it. I don't like to place genders, but I feel like the woman found out about the man going outside of the marriage. It might not have been a physical cheating, And I'll try to clarify on that to see what else is going on. But I do feel like you had another major arcana fall. Guys, this is big business here. You guys have a crap load of major arcanas. The Hanged Man is on the Eight of Swords, and then the Eight of Cups, and then the Ace of Wands. I feel like, and I'll keep these short and sweet because my phone and everything, like I say, but I feel like you guys are walking away from a very, very, very emotional situation. Very, very emotional. I'm going to clarify on this card next, but I already feel like I pair it up with, where's that card? I'm sorry, I placed the clarifiers on top of it. To me, what connects with these two is you have the 3 cups spilled, and then you have the 3 pentacles. I feel like you worked so damn hard to set up a stable foundation, but it fell apart. And you have your head down right now, and it's very, very tough for a lot of you, and I'm very sorry. Life gets very hard sometimes, but we're all here to learn lessons and to learn and grow and work through karma. We all know that, and you guys know, you know that, especially if you're tuning into tarot readings. I mean, you know that nothing's ever perfect, and what goes up must come down, and so on and so forth. I'm going to clarify on the Five of Cups. Card not to fall out. Yeah, that person's going to get caught. You're going to go to that person. Judgment fell out. Yet another major arcana. Then the Two of Swords. And then the Queen of Pentacles. And then the 3 of Cups at the end. So what I feel like here is there's going to be a major talk, a sit down with you and your significant other. And he's going to look at you. And he's going to see you standing very, very strongly. And it's almost like he didn't expect it. Because maybe you might have been, and I don't mean this in a bad way, I feel like some of the women folk watching this reading could have been kind of a pushover. A little bit. And that doesn't mean you're weak at all. It just means that you choose to see the good in everybody. And that's not a bad thing. But sometimes you can't control the way people act and what they do and the mistakes or things that they do, whatever. I feel like you're going to have a sit down and you're going to talk about it. And he might try to persuade you to stay, say, hey, I made a mistake, I messed up, I love you, or whatever it is. What about the kids, or what about all we've built together? And you're going to have a lot of emotional thinking to do. And it's still, look at those blindfolds. That really sticks out for me. And what also sticks out for me in this card, it's considered an air card because of the swords. What sticks out to me in this card is you're sitting there and your hands are over your heart, and the moon is only a crescent moon. It's not completely full, and then you have all that water there and all that blue. You are going to choose to use your mind in this situation, because if you used your heart, I feel like you'd let them come back in or stay or try to work on it. And you can do that. That's not wrong. You can choose to forgive and you can choose to move on. It depends on how it resonates with you, okay? And I'm not telling you what to do, but there's going to be a judgment that's going to come about. And I feel like it's within the next month or two, definitely, or within the next week or two, there's going to be a judgment there. And you're going to use that subconscious power, that feminine power that you possess, okay? Even though you're an earth sign, Capricorn, it doesn't matter. As a woman, you have that feminine power, that subconscious power. We all do. We have male and female within us and all that light and dark, the yin, the yang, okay? We all know how that works. You're going to choose to connect the emotional self and the mental self of yourself. Sorry, that sounded stupid, but it's what I mean. You're going to use that in complete balance and make a decision. And I feel like with a lot of you, and I say this because I feel like a lot of you are going to choose to leave and stand financially on your own. It might be tough at first, but if you work hard at it, some of you might have to get a second job. I don't know why that just popped in, because maybe, this guy is your source of income. He's the emperor, in this. So he's, he had his ducks in a row as far as that. He's very masculine and very, sitting at the top of his throne. But I just feel like he let you down in a big way. And after you choose to leave, this is where you stand. they'll almost kind of be, and I don't like the Three of Cups, it's like, oh, a celebration. And I know it's kind of silly to say because this is such a reading where with some of you things might go wrong, but we have to try to understand and look through the tough times. Try to look to the, whatever gets you going, just try to stay positive on it. Because, and I know that sounds, I know that sounds hypocritical, but I feel like after you do this, you'll be standing well on your own. Okay? I will be back with a love reading within the next week or two, depends on how it works out for me. And kind of watch your sun, moon, and rising and everything, okay? I'm very sorry for some of you who could be going through this. Whoever comes across this message, and it might not resonate with any of you, but I feel like it's going to reach somebody, and someone needed to see this message, and I hope it helps you along your journey. And just remember, nothing stays down forever, okay? Take care. Have a great rest. I'm recording these in December, right before Christmas, so have a great holiday, and just keep your head up, okay? New year, new things. Bye now.